Hi, I'm Donna Fields, and welcome to CLIL Helping Hand Webinar Short number 2. This is a series of webinars designed to give you some ideas on how to move into student-centered learning. At the end of each webinar, I'm going to go through one scaffolding technique that you can find in my book, 101 Scaffolding Techniques for Language and Learning Teachers, and it's also been translated into Spanish. We're going to talk today about rethinking the physical environment and then how to use scaffolding technique number 5. Are we ready? You'll all know that in most traditional classrooms, the students are in individual desks and in straight rows, and they're not supposed to communicate with each other. And this teacher is in front of the room, and all the attention is on the teacher, and the teacher becomes the star of the classroom. Well, we don't really want that. The students should be the stars of the classroom, and the teacher just flies around helping them move forward. We have more power in groups, and when we let our students work together, they create learning and projects that we didn't even imagine when they were working individually. So our objective today, and remember, it's always very important to share objectives with our students. They feel more empowered and involved in their own learning. Our objective today is to adapt the physical environment to student learning. There's an incredible architect named Prakash Nair who was for many years designed classrooms in the same institutional manner, the rectangular building, the rectangular classes, until he realized that the learning did not have to be in these types of environments. He said classrooms need to be welcoming, versatile, and send positive messages about activity and behavior. And so he started designing classrooms full of color, full of large spaces, where students felt comfortable and felt excited about learning. Here's some more of his rooms. You'll see the students can choose where they want to be, and the spaces are larger, and they're still working. Everyone is still working. Now, if you don't have the money to change your classroom so dramatically, there are other things you can do. For instance, you can ask stores to donate sofas for you. You can put pillows on the floor. Let the students be comfortable when they're doing some. We want to be comfortable. Why shouldn't our students be comfortable too? You can also put the desks into U-shapes, you can put them into groups, but I've seen a lot of classrooms where the teachers have put their desks into U's and to group learning, and they still are standing in front of the class all day long talking. That doesn't do it. We need to change the methodology as well. You can also put tennis balls under the chairs, and this reduces the sound enormously. So these are just some ways that we can change the physical environment and gear it more towards a healthy and positive emotional intelligence for our students. So now let's talk about scaffolding tip number 5, and it's all the king's horses and all the king's men. It has to do with Humpty Dumpty, a poem about a big old egg that broke and had to put the pieces together. And this tip is about puzzles. So for instance, you have to teach a formal letter. Well, it's boring and your students aren't going to be motivated to do it. But there is a way you can get them excited about it. Make it into a puzzle. All you have to do is take a template, put it on top of the letter, and then if you put 6 different colors of paper together, you can cut 6 papers at a time. Now you have puzzle pieces. You have pairs of students, put them together. And then continuing the verbal interaction, you can give the students some vocabulary to use so that they're speaking with each other and also preparing for any exams that they might need to. Upper left, upper right, lower left, lower right, center. And then they have to answer these questions. For instance, where is the sender's address? Where is the signature line? How many spaces are between paragraphs? So they're working on this in pairs, and you can include many other questions. So that's one easy scaffolding activity. I've seen it work many times, and the students love it. It gets them excited about something that otherwise would be really boring. So this is the end of our webinar. Now we're going to do our formative assessment, and today the feedback is convincing. This is one thing you can ask your students to convince you of something, and that way you know if they know it or not. Today I'm going to ask you to please write to me at my LinkedIn address or my Facebook address. Tell me one thing you can do tomorrow to change the physical environment in your classroom and convince me of how beneficial it'll be for your students. So today we worked on adapting the physical environment to student-centered learning, and the next webinar short will be on using the CLIL approach with textbooks, with any textbooks you might be using. And so I thank you all, super teachers, for joining me, and I hope to see you next time. Bye, everybody.